Hello, my name is Tim Rumley. I'm your professor for the program seminar for the Master of Arts and Ministry program here at Grace Bible College. And this is an overview of what's going to happen in Module 1, which is the first week of the course. The first thing I want to say is this is a lot of work. This is grad school. You've got lots of reading to do, lots of writing to do. You really need to work on this every day. It's a serious commitment of time. So, in order to find out what's going on in Module 1, please click on the Module 1 link on the left of the Blackboard page. There you'll find an introduction, as this module is talking about a biblical worldview. We want you writing, thinking, and then eventually ministering out of a biblical worldview. That is, that your habitual patterns of thinking and understanding the world are shaped by the Bible. This is often characterized by three or four factors. Creation, how did God make things and what are they supposed to be? Fall, how has sin ruined things and what's wrong with them? Redemption, how is God at work right now in the world through Jesus Christ to restore people and all things to himself? And then new creation. What is the ultimate destiny, and how can we prepare for eternity in this area of life that we're looking at? But that's not the only way of looking at a biblical worldview. And as long as we've got it like out on the table talking about it, it's not really a worldview. It's a philosophy. It's a topic of discussion. It's a worldview when it becomes my automatic, habitual, instinctive way of thinking. So that's what this week is about. So, what have you got to do? Well, you've got some reading. You've got to read and Think Christianly by Morrow. You've got chapters 4 through 9. That's a pretty good size assignment. Again, this is grad school. And then there's a PowerPoint with an audio presentation from Dr. Shane Johnson. Be sure to do both of those. They need to inform all of your assignments. So, what are your assignments? Well, I just clicked on learning activities in that folder, by the way. Um, your first assignment is to do a personal introduction, give a quick personal biography in the discussion board. Mine is in there already. You get 5 points for this. So you do it, you get the 5 points. You don't get the 5 points, but we want to get to know each other. Please put your biography in there. Then we have a biblical worldview discussion. Now, this one requires that you post your initial post responding to the prompt early in the week by Thursday night at midnight. And earlier is better, but you need to have done some reading in order to get your post in there. That first post should be about 500 words. It's a pretty substantive post. Then you respond to your classmates. The usual requirement is at least 2 responses to classmates. Um, I'm not sure how many people are in this course yet. So sometimes we'll have as few as 2 people. You can only respond to one then, or somebody doesn't get their post up and there aren't 2 to respond to. So think in terms of talking to at least 2 of your classmates about their original post. And if there aren't that many, then do what you can. Um, but make this a discussion. It works when there's back and forth. And I will jump in there, and this is where I really get to teach. So I will jump into the discussion and interact with you. I may ask you some questions. So come back and check often on the biblical worldview discussion. And then you got a paper to write this week, a biblical worldview analysis paper. So read the assignment, pay attention to it, and uh, the assignment has some additional reading for you to do in there. This is a paper. It's to be an APA format. You may not know much about that yet, but do your best, and I'll give you some feedback on that. That is due by Monday night at midnight. And then you have a weekly reflection. Every week, except the last week of the course, the first 5 weeks of the course, you have a weekly reflection. Why a weekly reflection? Because in addition to learning something new, it's important that you know that you learned. You know that you know. So a weekly reflection paper is an opportunity for you to think back over the module, say, what did I learn? What do I have yet to learn? This is a good place to put questions that you might say, well, we talked about, um, uh, say, new creation as the end of the biblical worldview, but I'm not quite sure what that has to do with my ministry yet. You can ask those questions. The reflection discussion is you showing that you know, and even what you might not yet know. If you have questions, feel free to get in touch with me. Be sure to check out the rubrics. If you go to the My Grades section of the Blackboard, you will see under most assignments, view rubric link. On the day I am making this, I do not yet have rubrics under the 50-point assignments. They're later in the course. I'll get those up there shortly. But most of your assignments, there's a view rubric. The rubric is the structure I will use for grading. That gives you an idea of what I am looking for. Okay, if you have questions, get a hold of me. tRumley@gbcol.edu is that's the most reliable way. I check my email regularly. It's open all day on my desk. If you look in the announcement section, all of my contact information is there. So my desk phone at Grace Bible College is there, and my cell phone is there. If you call my cell, there's a really good chance it's going to go to voicemail because I don't answer numbers that aren't in my contacts, and I will get back to you, but I will get back to you. And oh, by the way, my primary times for this course are Wednesday night, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. to noon. So look forward to reading your work, to being in touch. Have just a great week.